Hello everyone. So, for those of you who are on my Twitter, you've probably heard that my Xbox is red ringed of death. So that's really awesome. That's exactly what I needed right now. So, at the second, the testers are dealing with 1.04, and hopefully that should be on the marketplace within a week. That fixes the major bug from the last one, which was that the menu options didn't reflect reality. They just said join and edit when they should have actually said blocked, and vice versa. For those of you who if you're watching this before you've got the edit, make sure you change the menu options away and then back again. Anyway, none of you are here because of that, none of you because you care. You're all here because you've seen the title of the video, which is... So, although we've been working on FortressCraft 1.1, we've been working on the patches, the way you work in game development is you work in parallel. You don't work on one thing, you work on lots of things. So, I've been doing some work on version 2. A lot of this is because, increased draw distance. A lot of this is, so I thought I'd talk about this because I've been on YouTube quite a lot now, and I've noticed that no one actually reads the comments. Even if you say in the video, look at comments, no one does. So I'll try and explain through. So the gameplay of Chapter 2, I'm not going to talk about that right now. What I'm going to show you, hopefully, is some very early work to do with the minions. And I will stress, for those of you who didn't read, this is very early stuff. Also, the frame rate's running terribly on this PC. I don't know why. So, as I can tell, so I'm going to reduce the draw distance for now and see if that helps. It's probably the fact I'm capturing video. So, with a little bit of luck, assuming I've not broken it. There we go. Hello, little minion. Build me a thing. Yeah, little minion builds a thing. Isn't that cool? Little minion builds a thing. Let's build a lot of things. So a lot of why this has started now, why it's so early, it is working on the interface, exactly how you might command the minions. So you've got the problem that I can build on top, but how do I build on top of that? Because there's nothing to build on top of yet. But that's not really where the fun is. It's kind of fun directing the minions to do that. But where the real fun, I found anyway, so I'd like to point out these are placeholder minions, these are early graphics, nothing is finalized, everything is still just code that happens to work in the existing 1.1 code base. That's not really epic enough, is it? So if you ask them to do a big thing, they'll divide up the work accordingly, and they'll actually you see they're inside the ground because apparently I can't type. There we go. So let's make them build above ground. So you can see that the matrix cube. They're always like, why are you having matrix cubes? Hopefully it's a little bit more obvious why now, because those matrix cubes represent cubes that the minion hasn't got around to doing yet. So as you can see, they're building away doing their thing. And that's quite cool. But you've all seen the mass detail test. Now I'd like to point out, by the way, this is running like crap anyway, and this is actually really fast. This does all run on the Xbox, so let's give myself a few more minions. And let's build a much bigger road. You may insert your own follow the yellow brick road comment at this point. So as you can see, they're dividing up the work between them. They're carrying out the orders, they're doing it for me, so... You would do this, you would set it up, and then you go away and you do something else. You don't sit and watch and click and click and click like in Minecraft or FortressCraft as it currently stands. You know, this is much more like Dungeon Keeper, so I'm hoping you're going to end up with a really large amount of minions. Let's put another road up in the air, because I can't see that one. So there you go. Just told them to do that. See, there you go. So adding all the orders in, and funneling it all out, flying up and doing their thing. Now, what the minions are going to be, I don't know. Probably robots. Maybe not robots. Maybe they will be robots. Don't know. But there will be a lot of them. That's really the the thing that I really want to get at this game is, you know, like you play Dead Rising, you play that sort of thing, is that really big, large number of mobs. Now, do I have any relics? Do I hell? So I can't even fly up and show you. So what will actually happen in the game, obviously they have unlimited resources, so what they would need to do, if you're building canvas yellow, they would need to go and craft the canvas yellow, or you need to make sure it's crafted, and they'd go away, they'd go back to your storage place, and then they'd come back and do their thing like this. For those of you noticing the blackness, that's actually going to be fixed in 1.1. We're rewriting the way the lighting engine works, so it works in smaller chunks. Currently there's a limit of 16,000 minions. That will probably be spread amongst minions and the mobs. So I'm not sure I can have 16,000 minions and 16,000 mobs. But yeah, this isn't the interface. I said this is just using the old fill command. I've removed in this build the concept that the player can build, only minions can build. They're not intelligent, they don't route find properly, they can walk through stuff. Let's just say it's all early days, but it's just to give you guys a bit of an indication that this is not going to be the game you're currently playing. That's not where I want to go. This is a different game. I'm not ever sure will there be quite this many minions, because I just pressed the add minion button, but I'm a big fan of Supreme Commander. I'm a big fan of Total Annihilation. I like building networks that look after themselves, and I don't like micromanagement at all. So I like games that sort of take care of themselves. So I have a funny feeling that's where this is going to be going. But maybe not. Maybe you hate this. Maybe you think this is the worst idea you've ever seen. And I don't know. If so, let me know in the comments. God, I sound like a proper YouTube person now, saying things like that. Let me know in the comments. Yeah. But yeah, I'm really curious because I think this is cool. I'm not quite sure there'll be quite so many, and they would normally have more work to do than this. And I've clearly put too many down for the video, but just to show you guys that, you know, what it is now, what you're playing now, is not where it's always going to be. And that I've got plans for the game that are, can I say original? I don't know. To my mind, this isn't original. This is Dungeon Keeper plus various bits and bobs. You know, one day I'm hoping these robots turn into dwarves, but having little dwarves running around and animating is very complicated, whereas having robots is technically very simple. So these robots are not final models, they're not final textures, they're most definitely not final lighting, they've got no bump maps, no reflection maps, no shadow maps, but there are a lot of them, and that's really where I'm going. Yeah, I don't know if I've got anything else to say really, apart from thank God I've got internet. I've been on wireless internet for like 6 weeks now, so I've got proper internet. I get proper internet, literally, I plug in the network up to my Xbox, and the Xbox red rings. So, I've got another Xbox, and I'll see about if I can transfer the profile across, but because it's got Creators Club membership, I'm not entirely sure how straightforward that is. But yeah, I just like making the minions do stuff. That just makes me happy, really. Minions obey me. The real problem, as you can see there, this is like the gameplay issues I'm having to overcome. I've told them to do stuff, but I've got to wait for a minion to come over and to do that thing. How do I get around that? What happens if you need to build a bridge or something? So maybe the player character has to be much more manoeuvrable than currently. I don't know. All these questions are going to be answered. I mean, we've got... I won't give a date. We've got multiple months before this is planned to be released, before it's planned to be playable. So this is just technology work. This is how just how you write games. You come up with a good idea and you think that's what I'm going to do, and then you try it out. And You certainly won't be typing commands at the console. Obviously, that would be stupid. There will be some sort of interface, and there's a big discussion about the interface design going on the forums, because you need to be able to build stuff in places you can't get to. But yeah, pretty much that's where it is. 1.04 should be out very soon. That fixes all the known bugs, and I'm pretty much hoping it doesn't introduce any new bugs. After that, the next big patch is 1.1. 1.1 introduces normal distortion, hopefully split screen, no promises. 1.5 will either implement split screen or a great big apology. 1.1 also has a lot more things, so I'm going to have a bit more fun. So I'm going to finish off freeze tag. I've got some ideas for other game modes that I'd like to put in. But yeah, pretty much that's it. Thank you for everyone who's bought Fortress Craft. I can't, you can probably hear it in my voice, I can't get over how many copies it's sold. I can't get over how much it's continuing to sell, how many videos are going on YouTube. It's amazing, and I totally love watching, well, when I had the internet, love watching YouTube videos of stuff people have made in Fortress Craft. There's been some incredible things, and say 1.1 isn't dead, so don't think you're looking at this going, oh god, he's never going to do anything else on version 1. There's still plenty of work to do there, but when working on the patches for 1.1, 1.0, I cannot touch code once it's in submission. So once it's in submission, I can't go fiddling with the code. So this code has nothing to do with any existing code. This is all new code, so I can play with it without any risk of breaking existing stuff, which is why I've done this rather than, say, fixing issues with the water, because if I can't get halfway through fixing the water and then go, ooh, it's time to release it, because then obviously it's only half done. So I'm sure I'm going to get comments saying, ooh, you should work on this, but I needed to work on stuff that doesn't exist at all, and that's what this is, which is the minions. So yeah, I'm just going to just break this all now with a huge fill command, which will probably crash, especially if I can type. And yeah. Did that work? Bugger, I fell. Well, they're definitely doing something. So obviously they won't fly through walls, they'll fly around. I've got route finding stuff going. For those of you who are Dwarf Fortress fans, you'll know that route finding is the majority of the... Wow, that's a lot of mobs. Route finding is the majority of CPU time. And we've got to run on a crappy old Xbox, not a PC. I mean, this PC, it's quite monstrous, but, I have to aim quite low, because everyone will get pissed off if I say minimum spec is a, 5 gigahertz, 8-core computer. That won't make people happy, so I need to avoid that sort of thing. But yeah, the idea will be, they probably won't be quite so fast, so you'll plan out your buildings, you'll plan out your structures in don't know, maybe a different camera mode, so you'll plan ahead, but the minions will be doing stuff for you. They'll be doing the boring stuff. That's kind of the plan. You'll do the cool stuff. You'll design your fortress. You'll plan out your fortifications, and then you go away and you do other stuff. And then you come back and see how the minions have got on. I mean, here I could walk the other end of the map, and they'll continue to make this huge thing here. And you'll have to worry about crafting. You'll have to worry about the recipes. You'll have to worry about designing your defenses. You'll have to worry about lots and lots of other things. But then the minions will do the boring stuff for you. And after having played with the minions, I played Terraria, and I was like, oh no, I have to click on everything I want to destroy. That's terrible. I just want to say, build a nice corridor 500 units long. You go away and build it. I'll worry about it once it's built. So yeah, I've already been spoiled by the minions. I think they're cool. I love minions. I want more of them, and I want them to look cool. They'll be all different types. They'll all have different voices. So yeah, lots and lots of stuff to come. And I should stop in a second, because I might have new internet, but it ain't that fast. But I just kind of I get carried away playing with the minions and just building really big structures. I expect you'll have, say, blueprints, so you'll be able to, say, build a room, or even to copy and paste a room, and then say to the minions, make another copy of this room. Yep, so that's pretty much it. I'm going to jump into the big hole I made now, see if it's full of minions. And thank you all for listening to me ramble on, and it's really good to be back on the internet. I hope you all enjoy 1.04, and don't forget, I I might not reply to all of you. Sorry, Ryan, who had a go at me earlier. I do read everything. All my tweets, I do read them. I read all the posts on the dev forum. I read some of the posts on the fan forum. I do my best, but I can't even begin to keep up with how much stuff is going on. So I do my best, and if I don't get to you, I apologise. But it's okay, because when people have a really cool idea, I might not spot it, but other people spot it, and then they tell me this guy's had a cool idea. Other than that, stay posted, and I'll be uploading a lot more videos about stuff. I will probably upload a video about normal distortion, maybe even later on. I'm kind of excited about having internet again, so I'm going to do all sorts of stuff. This is probably longer than 10 minutes, so I'll probably get cut off some way. So thank you all for listening, and I hope to see you in Fortress Craft Chapter 2 in a few months' time.